What's up guys, Terrace here with HORSEGANG bringing you the new method of taking down Bradley Boy without any counters. Now let's be honest, Bradley is one of the most contested objectives in the game, second only to Patrol Heli because of the possibility of getting the legendary M249. So being able to secure it 100% and not allow counters to even get close is quite a groundbreaking find. Now normally, I wouldn't be releasing any of these meta-breaking tips to the public, however, so many people have already started copying us that it seems the best course of action is to release it, and maybe it will get patched. We'll see. Anyways, the nerds and lab coats over in HORSEGANG R&D department cooked up this little strategy for us about a month back, so if anyone else tries to take credit, you tell them that our R&D department did it first. Those losers with useless philosophy degrees can suck it, we won this space race. This exploit or strategy revolves around two key features of launch site, Bradley's pathing and the no build zone around launch. First, Bradley's pathing, I made up a little map here in Paint, because you're tripping if you think I would put more than 10 minutes into this creative display. The blue line represents Bradley's pathing while on normal patrol. The red line symbolizes when Bradley changes direction and picks a new red dot to navigate to, and that's basically how Bradley moves around launch site. Now the interesting part is when Bradley is aggroed onto you. You will in a way become the red dot and he will chase you around using the fastest path. Where it becomes useful is you can actually take him outside of his normal patrolling bounds, which is represented by the green lines. The second part of this exploit basically was the no build zone around launch, so in order to determine the exact no build zone specifications, I flew around with a building plan in hand, as you can see, on multiple different creative servers to test it out, and kind of mapped it out the same way I did last time on Paint. And in this, I found that in the four corners of launch site, and basically on the side that you can see me on here, is the closest that you can possibly get to the center of launch, or the meat of launch rather, with a tower or a building. Now the last thing you're going to need to know is simply how to bait Bradley, because getting him out there all the way to where I showed you that green line, not that simple. So first step is you're going to need a horse. Now at the HORSEGANG R&D department, they are horses, so they didn't exactly need to follow this first step. However, you humans out there are definitely going to need to grab yourself a horse, because Bradley goes faster than you, right? But a horse goes faster than Bradley, and in order to bait him efficiently, you can't be slower than him or he will just run you down and mess your stuff up, alright? So, horse required. Next. So as you can see in this video, as long as you do not have something behind you for the APC shells to hit and splash damage onto you, you are perfectly safe in the open as long as you are moving from side to side when Bradley shoots at you. This is because the shells take a long time to get there, and he's not shooting where you're going. He's shooting where you are. He doesn't lead. So as long as you're moving around and not right next to him, you'll be fine. So basically, you take a horse, and you slowly bait him all the way out where you need him to go. Now, keep in mind, every single time you lose line of sight of Bradley, he will come closer. So if he can still see you, he's just going to sit there and shoot at you. If you've broken line of sight, but you're still in range, he's going to follow you. He's going to go, farther down the road. If you're out of range, he's just going to go back into launch site. So the goal is basically to keep breaking line of sight over and over again, and just making sure that he shoots at you. Get him to shoot at you, dodge the shots, break line of sight, he'll push, rinse and repeat all the way until he's out there, and then you can take Bradley, like I did right here, using a launcher and HVs from this mound. Notice how I go to the bottom of the mound and then run towards Bradley, so he'll try and shoot me through the mound, and that way he can't shoot me when I'm actually rocketing him, so I don't take damage. Also, if you want to be extra Chadley, you can actually just shoot him from the tower. Now, this is the first mentioning of the tower, but this is basically the bread and butter of the strategy. You build a tower right where you can see in this video, and basically you just root camp the shit out of Bradley after you take it. And you can depot your launcher in there so you don't lose your launcher. You can have pot set people down on the ground, because there's nowhere for people to get on rocks or hills or nothing. They just have to basically run out into sniper fire and loot a Bradley with people just sitting up in a tower guarding it. And that's almost impossible, and anybody with a brain is going to look at that, and they're going to say, yeah, I'm not countering that. And anybody without a brain is going to counter it, and you're going to get some free sets. So, basically, you build a tower, where you can see our tower is in this video, You bait Bradley out, you take him, and then you guard it, and you get free M2s. This wipe, we had 6. That was pretty lit. Even though there were lots of groups on here big enough to take this away from us, they weren't able to, and they didn't give a shit. As long as you make sure that those M2s aren't in that tower, you're straight. Because that tower's going to get raided. If anybody knows what they're doing on that server, they're going to realize how loaded the tower's getting, and they're going to raid it. But, as long as you're smart, you move your shit out, and you only keep a bolty up there and some bags, you will be straight as hell. And you will have so many M2s, so many armored doors. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful what happens when you can just take Bradley over and over again as it respawns, and no one can do shit. So, this is Taras signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Straight from the HORSEGANG R&D department. First of its kind. Maybe I'll show you guys some more shit later when people start catching up to what we do. But until then, peace.